What's going on, boxing fans? It's your boy, Pool Kind of Boxing in the building. Coming back at you with another boxing live streams for the boxing heads and the boxing minds. Yes, sir. We got, please smash that like button on your way in and subscribe to my channel. I like to thank all of the new subscribers that subscribe to my channel. I'd like to thank all the guys that came through and support the channel last night. You know what I'm saying? It was really good, but they blocked the stream. I don't know why. Somebody must have flagged the stream. Somebody probably flagged the stream last night because we were cooking and we had a good time, had a good stream going. Somebody must be didn't like what they heard or whatever, and YouTube blocked the stream. But all he was talking about was what Derek James had said in the when he was talking about Terence Crawford switching. And you know what I'm saying? One of the dudes that interviewed Derek James was on the live stream last night, and he said it was more to it. I didn't get a chance to go over there and I see the rest of the interview, but I'm pretty sure it was interesting because guy got to work. So sorry I'm late tonight, but I was watching where David Benavidez, what I'm saying, he's going to be fighting David Lemieux, and I'm pretty sure David. What I'm saying? He is the favorite in that fight. David Lemieux, he's 100 years old. What I'm saying? He was a good fighter. He fought Triple G, and Triple G just used his jab, what I'm saying, and just boxed him. And it was a pretty good performance by Triple G to beat David Lemieux, but David Lemieux is pretty basic. And David should not have a lot of trouble out of, what I'm saying, out of David Lemieux. Plus, he's old and I don't know how he's still around, but he's still up. He's still up in the rankings. So, he got a shot at David, and I think David should be able to knock David Lemieux out. I'll say probably in about 5 or 6 rounds because, what I'm saying, David Reach. What I'm saying, his youth, his speed, those combinations that David throw. He's a forward. What I'm saying, he comes forward very well. I've never seen fighters being able to put David on the back foot, except for maybe Karan. But Karan was just, he's a sparring guy. What I'm saying, that fought David, and David was able to, what I'm saying, hit him at will. And David is, what I'm saying, his style is really basically tailored to fighters that stand in front of him. What I'm saying, he's not really, what I'm saying, the best with movers. He fought Anthony Durrell, and I think that's his best win, in my opinion. So he beat Anthony Durrell soundly, who's always getting cut in fights. What I'm saying, that scar tissue around his eye isn't too good. You know what I'm saying? Every time he get cut, he falls out the ring. The guy never has the best of luck, but what I'm saying, either way, David got that name on his resume. So, what I'm saying, now he's the WBC interim, what I'm saying, champion. So he should be able to, um, well, he should be able to have the Canelo be in the Canelo sweepstakes. Him and David Morrell Jr., who's coming up the ranks. He's the WBA interim champion, and they should be facing off. Tell you the truth, David Morrell, he won all that smoke from David Benavidez, and but David Benavidez, what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure he don't want that dangerous fight. He's looking, but he will fight Jamal Charlo, and it's understandable because Jamal Charlo said he would knock David Benavidez out. So it making him look pretty weak, what I'm saying, even though he's at a different weight class, what I'm saying, he never should have brought David Benavidez's name up if he didn't want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? So now, what I'm saying, he's saying that after he fights Salucky, um, he's gonna, what I'm saying, he's gonna go after that fight, and we got to wait and see. I doubt it, because I don't think Jamal Charlo wants that smoke with David Benavidez. 6'1", you know what I'm saying, you know, with a hell of a reach. You know what I'm saying? The dude is, combinations after combinations. I don't think Jamal want that kind of smoke. But we'll have to wait and see if Jamal Charlo is going to be a man of his word. You know what I'm saying? Because right now Jamel is holding down his half of the Lions only, and Jamal is just looking like he looking scary right now. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you. You know, there's nobody who's, you know, saying he can really get at 160. You know, Triple G is not going to fight Jamal Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Mungia, he's not going to fight Jamal Charlo. You know what I'm saying? They're both going to, both of these champions are going to stay in their own silos, and they're not going to give, you know what I'm saying, Jamal Charlo a chance to come up off their name. Even though I heard earlier this year that that fight was a possibility, but like, you know what I'm saying, you know, like all these big fights, they fall through. And, you know, I don't know if Jamal is just comfortable where he is, you know what I'm saying? But he should be a little bit more ambitious because, you know, you see his brothers just became undisputed champion down at 154. So he could have been undisputed champion at 160 by now. But he's messing around fighting fighters like Brian Adams and, you know what I'm saying? Juan Montel, who gave him a lot of goddamn problems. You know what I'm saying? Juan Montel gave Jamal a lot of problems. And you know what I'm saying? He didn't look his best during that fight. He looked good when he fought Derevyanchenko. You know what I'm saying? So, but if he goes up to 168, how is he going to look? I mean, is he gonna be, you know what I'm saying, any better? I mean, is he gonna, you know, can he carry the weight? You know what I'm saying? He haven't fought the fighters that I think he needs to fight to be able to defeat David Benavidez because he's young, he's hungry, he's 25 years old, and you know what I'm saying. He really wants to be the best fighter that he can be, and he sparred with some of the best, you know, fighters in the world. So he's not afraid of the big stage. You know what I'm saying? David just, you know what I'm saying. To me, I think he's a badass, and I think he could really give Jamal some serious problems. You know what I'm saying? Because you know he don't seem like he's hungry anymore. If we had that Jamel Charlo who you know, say knocked out Julian Williams, then you know what I'm saying, that would be different. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a hungry Jamal Charlo, right? And but he hasn't seemed like he's been hungry like that for a while. Seemed like he's just been laid back and he just want to fight. You know what I'm saying? These journeymen, and that's not going to help him. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you got a fighter that's not fighting the best and you're the champion, you know what I'm saying? You need to fight the top dudes to stay sharp because you got more challenges. What's going on, PGH? Big dog in the building. Salute to you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, anytime you got, you know what I'm saying, you're a champion, you got to stay sharp, bro. You got to fight the best, you know what I'm saying, to be the best. And, you know what I'm saying, we're not seeing that right now. We're seeing a lot of, you know what I'm saying, the champions fighting a lot of journeymen and this, you know what I'm saying, making boxing, you know what I'm saying, go down, you know what I'm saying, a notch. You know, Triple G fighting Rayota, um, Moretta. I mean, that who wanted to see that fight? You know what I'm saying? That's not a fight for a champion. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Leonard Thomas?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's happening with you, my brother?
Nothing
Yeah.
going on, man. Just enjoying my night right now. Hey, what's going on with you?
Oh man, chilling. Just got off. I had a late start. You know what I'm saying? So finally something fell through where I could just come on. I was like, "What's going on, Mikey Player? What's going on, bro?" You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you see the 168 division starting to heat up, bro.
A little bit. I know Benavidez got his little thing. I know he made weight. He came out like 166, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
166. Okay, hey, that's well
yeah.
under the weight.
I
Okay,
mean, for him, man, that's amazing.
that's amazing.
Right,
That's a big enough. That's a big achievement for somebody to do that in their weight. But for him, that's incredible.
right. Because really, he's knocking on 175 door, and
Yeah,
he's going to get to the point where because he's outgrowing 168. and he got some killers starting to come. I think
He,
David
he
Morrell.
might even go. I mean, I see him going all the way up to cruiserweight. To be honest,
But that's what Jamal. That's what Jamal was saying in the interview with Mike Tyson. He was saying that dude too big for 168,
in
and
which he
it's
is, he is a little bit too big for that weight. But so he's there, and then I can see Jamal going up to 168 at most 175.
I don't know, man, because to me he just don't seem like his heart is in it anymore.
Mm-mm.
Um, you know what I'm saying? Because he's not trying to get the best fights. He's not pursuing the other champions to unify at 160, and that's odd to me, man. I'm like, what's going on?
I don't know.
He could beat McGear, and he could
He-
beat Triple
I
G.
think I think he wanted to McGee. No, McGill pulled out that fight. So
So that was Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya pulled out that fight. Like that, because then PBC approached him with that deal, and then it was McGill who didn't. I don't know if it was on, but their side didn't get that fight made through. But they tried for McGill because I think he beats McGill too. And that'd be even not that Jamal's the youngest guy, but that could still be that could be a step up. He might learn a few things.
Yep, yep. And
Yeah,
and Mandia got like 40 fights, bro. You know
yeah.
what I'm
So he's
saying?
experienced.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But he's been like, how many step up fights is he gonna need? I mean, he's already a
His his
champion.
his resume was weak. His resume is weak now. Jamal, Javante Take Davis' resume is weak. At one point, Terence Crawford's resume was weak. So you got some of these guys that they got to step up their resume, man.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And you just wonder, how do you be in boxing for all these years, bro, and not fight the top dudes, especially if you're a special talent, like Jamal Charlo, or you're a special talent like Terence Crawford, or you're a special talent, you know what I'm saying? David do have Andre Durrell on his record, but Andre Durrell, to me, he never been a world beater. You know what I'm saying? He always
But
had
I
the work.
love one thing about Andre Derrell though is I love his style.
Really?
I like his boxing, man. Pure boxing, pure slick boxing. I like that.
Yeah, when he was, I seen him fall out the ring. I see him get cut. He just have like the weirdest bad luck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was beating Benavidez up to the cut. I
Yeah.
thought I thought he's beating Benavidez up to the
So
cut.
it was a competitive fight. You know what I'm saying? It was a competitive fight. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. He just never seemed to be able to. You know what I'm saying? He, like I said, like he got cut in that fight. He always have this bad luck that switch. I think a couple of his fights ended because of cuts, and you know what I'm saying, him falling out the ring, and it's like
Definitely.
hurting himself. I'm just like, bro, every time I got excited about this guy, something
Yeah.
happens, you know what I'm saying?
Uh,
He get thumped in the eye or
yeah.
something, you know what I'm saying? It's
Oh,
just fragile.
yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on.
hmm So, you know, yeah, that's what's up with Anthony Durrell, man. I was big on him, way like maybe 6 years ago, you know what I'm saying? But this dude here, he just got some kind of hex on his life. You know what I'm saying? Where he can't get right. You know what I'm saying? Right when he's on the cusp of what I'm saying, doing something great, you know what I'm saying? He gets sidetracked, through injury. You know what I'm saying? Not exactly Keith Thurman, but what I'm saying, somewhere up in there like that. Um, but I think this David Morrell Jr. is going to shake things up at 168.
Yeah,
I like
I haven't studied him. Who is that?
David Morrell Jr.
Hmm.
He's a Cuban. He's a Cuban fighter that defected from Cuba. He spent like 2 years.
He's a light skinned
Well,
dude, right?
yeah, he's
Yeah, I think I
beautiful.
watched one or two of his fights. If he's who I think you're talking about, he's good.
Yeah, he only got like 6 fights.
Yeah,
He got
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
got
remember him.
5 knockouts. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he's good.
he's already the interim champion in the WBA interim champion. You know what I'm saying? So he's in the sweepstakes.
Who was he facing next?
Uh, I don't think he's facing anybody next right now.
Okay.
He's waiting for the winner of David Benavidez and David Lemieux. He wants to. He said he wants the winner of that fight.
I don't want him to do that. I need him to be able to get some more because he got some potential. He needs a little bit more experience.
Where he says he'll beat. He said he'll beat David Benavidez like Terence Crawford beat Jose Benavidez, his brother. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he said. So he said he's ready. He's ready for the winner. And you know, if David Lemieux, why can't he fight David Morrell Jr.? You know what I'm saying? That's a better prospect. You know what I'm saying? And
So,
you
so
know,
have you heard? Have you heard? I'm not sure, but I heard I don't know. I don't think it's. I don't think it's really been going on. People be making up stuff, but negotiation has started for this the number one fight in boxing. And I'm hearing different things. I'm hearing one guy wants 20 million. I'm hearing the other guy's pricing himself up. I'm hearing another guy's lowballing him. So I don't know what's going on.
you talking about with the Terence Crawford Errol Spence Jr. fight?
Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Well, you know, I mean, I haven't heard that, but from what I understand, you know what I'm saying, Eric just leaving it to Al Heyman to make the negotiations. And I think they're going to give Crawford what he wants because this
but
is a fight that can't happen. It can't happen. You know what I'm saying? It's got to happen.
yeah,
It's just one of those major fights. It's kind of like,
I think boxing needs this, and
oh
I think
yeah,
that if this fight delivers the way we think
hmm
it's going to, it can really revive the sport. For a while. I really think that having two undefeated top five pound for pound fighters with this type of skill set who are young and in their prime, if this is able to deliver, man, you're gonna get a lot of new boxing fans. And I think that
yeah,
boxing needs this.
oh yeah, most definitely, man. I think this gonna draw all the celebrities out. I think all the celebrities. What's her name? What's that Spanish lady name that loved boxing? She's a movie star. What's it? Rosie Perez. She's gonna come out. I think this gonna bring out all the heavy hitters. You know, what
But
I'm saying Denzel.
I don't think it. How many pay per view buys do you think this does?
I think it does about at least 1.3 million.
It's not doing that much, bro.
You don't think
It's
so?
not. It'll be lucky to crack 500,000
Wow. Why you say that? Because of the
because
streaming?
just well, that's one of the reasons. But like, you have to understand that. I mean, there is some grace that needs to be cut for this. But when Earl Spence only did 250,000 with Danny Garcia, that surprised me. To be
Hmm.
fair, it was still kind of towards the pandemic, so it's a little bit of grace will be given, but still, how much more would it have done? Like maybe 300,000, 325,000, maybe at most.
Right. Right.
If
But
without a
well,
pandemic.
nobody knows who Ugas out outside the hardcore boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? He don't have any real
But
name recognition or cachet.
but
You
you
know what
would
I'm
think
saying?
that him just coming off of beating Manny Pacquiao that he had really boosted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
You would think.
people gonna hate on you. That's the man that beat Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? I don't
And
know.
Crawford can't even crack 200,000. So
Yeah.
if we just doing basic math, just say with Earl Spence pay per views, he say he averages out 300,000, and let's
Hmm.
say that Terence Crawford averages out 150,000. That's being nice. Then you put that's 450,000. That's why I say this probably is going to do between 400,000 and 500,000, which is decent pay per view numbers. But I
Yeah.
just don't think I don't see this 1 point. I don't see, man. If it cracks a million, I will be a little surprised. I'm not gonna lie.
I think just because of the hype, I think they're gonna put more promotion. I think the all access build up. I think they're going to put the money, what I'm saying, towards the promotion of a fight this big. And I think that's what's going to make the difference. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to put I think they're going to, what I'm saying, just put everything out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, no holds bar on the promotion. And I think that's going to boost it up. You know what I'm saying? Once they see, what I'm saying, the highlights of Terence Crawford and they see the highlights of Errol Spence Jr., I think people are just going to get drawn in, just like they did with the Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard fights. You know what I'm saying? People wasn't crazy about Hagler back then. They was crazy about Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? And
I think what's crazy. I think that in this case, I think that they're gonna have Terence Crawford pay the heel in Marvin Hagler and have Earl Spence
mhm.
and Sugar Ray.
Right, right, because
Although
he's
they
the
fight,
he's
although they fight closer to the opposite. Like Crawford fights more like Sugar Ray, and Earl Spence fights more like Hagler. But
right, right.
in the promotion though, um, you're just gonna see. I think they're gonna make Terence Crawford the heel. What do you think?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. You know, they always make us dark skinned people the villains. You know what I'm saying? So so Antonio,
They're gonna make it. They're gonna make. I think also. I think that's part of it. I think that since he's darker and maybe when I say not no disrespect, but since he's darker, maybe not as easy on the eyes. Jimmy, they make the nice smile, good looking, sharp young man like Sugar Ray.
right, right, exactly.
They'll make more
He's
Earl Spence that more
right,
poster boy type of look.
right. They made Hagler the villain. You know what I'm saying? Because he, you know, you know what I'm saying? The bald villain. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
muscle man.
they look all evil and you know.
Mm-hmm. You know,
I,
he
think-
could.
I this I guess so to speak. They'll make since Terence Crawford kind of has that more go, the more hard working blue collar look, and Earl Spence has more of that $1 million smile type of look going on. They'll
Right,
probably
right.
put him on good looking, whatever you want to call it.
Right, right. So Antonio Holmes says, if I was Jamel, I would drop the belts, move up, and challenge Jamie McGeer in Cali. I don't think Oscar allowed that to happen. You know, Oscar is real tribal. You know what I'm saying in his thinking, and I don't think he'll allow that fight. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to protect McGeer, and I think he wants McGeer for that Triple G fight.
Is
And
Ryan Garcia still part of Golden Boy?
right,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
of
is.
course,
He is.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so I know that Oscar has Ryan, Virgil, and Munguia really right now, right?
Say that again. I'm sorry. I was trying to
He
read.
has Munguia, he has Ryan, and he
Yeah,
has Virgil.
yeah. He has Virgil Ortiz too.
Yeah. So he has a few fighters there. Um,
Hmm.
and I think most of their styles are box office, so that's good.
Yeah, because he's really trying to protect Virgil from Jerron Boots Ennis. You know, what I'm saying they're talking
Him
about
and Terence Crawford.
right. You're talking about 4 years down the line. They're talking about a fight. That's a possible fight for you. I'm like, y'all in the same weight division, bro. It's like in y'all close in ranking in all of the mostly all the ranking systems. I'm like y'all like 3 and 4, 2 and 3, and on all the ranking systems. That fight need to happen.
We
So
say you low key calling Bud ugly, shaking my head, keyboard warrior. That's what the guy say. We're not that we're calling him ugly. We're just
oh, don't
saying
put
that.
me in there. I ain't calling my.
No, I didn't say.
don't try
I didn't say he's
don't try to
ugly. I
put
didn't say
me in
that.
there. I don't.
I,
I mean, I don't think Bud ugly. You know what I'm saying? He
no,
just he's a
I didn't say
cold
he's
black.
ugly
You
either.
know, he like Blade. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is that because the guy saying I said you were saying that I'm saying that is that you can market Earl Spencer's look better. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to just be
Shit, because I'm black as
yeah
Bud, so it
yeah.
ain't I mean
But
it ain't
let's be real. Let's be real, Paul County. You can market Earl a little bit better. You can market Bud.
well, I think just because of his Olympic background and because
You
of his
remember?
yeah, what I'm saying he's got the All American, he's got that
I
flag,
mean,
that
at plus
picture of
Bud got
him.
a big gap in his teeth. I'm not hating on him. I'm not saying this. I'm you know you know
Well, you got
he does. I'm
Bud is a cold, smooth black dude. Now, don't get me
nah,
wrong.
man, he cool. No, he
He's a
cool.
cool he's a
He
cool ass
cool.
motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
He cool. He
He's smooth
cool.
with it.
Hey, listen, man, and I don't mean I'm not sitting here judging no men how they look, but at the end of the day, man, Sugar Ray was more marketable than Marvin Hagler.
Well,
It is what it is.
this is America, and you know how America is. I say, you know the history and everything, but that's that might be why a lot of people hate Errol Spence Jr. because he's kind of lighter or whatever. And
And
you know what I'm
I
saying?
think, and I also think that some people like Earl. That's a bigger fan base, and this is messed up. I do think this is kind of a complexion thing. Like, I think that like since Earl Spence is a little lighter, I think a lot of brothers are hating on Bud a little bit too much
Well,
because like,
this, everybody think light skinned dudes are soft. You know what I'm saying? Lighter guys are soft. They do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think light skinned guys are soft. You know what I'm saying? Well, growing up, at least the old heads do. I don't know about the young
yeah,
folks. You know what I'm saying? But they looking at Earl like he food. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a little lighter. You know what I'm saying? And Jonah Turner says I'm predicting 700,000 pay-per-view buys. What's going on, BH? What's going on, Jonah Turner? Welcome back to the
but
channel.
John Turner, I probably would not say it to his face. You're right. I met Bud. I wouldn't say it to his face, but it's the truth. I'm
Yeah,
not sitting here lying to
how
you.
America is. It's a lot of colorism, but I mean, men usually don't really engage in that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They
No,
don't really care. You
I
know
don't
what I'm
listen.
saying?
I don't care. I want to see a good fight. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. I want to see a good fight. I was
Yeah.
just talking
Oh,
about
it's
marketability.
gonna be good. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Oh, BH says salute, PCB. What's up, my good brother? And what's up to you, BH? And who's real says salute. He says salute to all the gods and goddesses. Yes, sir. And Jonah Turner says, yeah, promotion is the key, especially overseas. Yeah, I think when they put that full press on this promotion, I think it's gonna really grab people out there. If they can control those streams and stuff, I think that they might break a million, bro. It's possible, you know what I'm saying? But like
you know
you
what they
said,
got to do? They got to really tap into that UK market because
mm,
I think there's a little bit of UK market right there. Because you know what they should do? Well, first of all, Earl Spence fought Kell Brook.
hmm
And then Terence Crawford fought Amir Khan and Ricky Burns. So I think they really should get that European, that UK market. They should tap into that. Don't you think?
oh yeah,
They should
oh
tap
yeah,
in. And you know what you should do? You should honestly put Conor Ben on the undercard. And if you put Conor Ben on the undercard, you put him on the undercard, that'll really sell pay per views. Then you put him on the undercard against somebody, and then that'll really sell pay per views. Then at least from the UK market, you know,
yeah. Yeah,
that'll
no,
be
we
smart.
yeah, we're not tripping on about how they looking. We're just thinking about how how Floyd had to play the villain to saying like a marketing type thing. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of wonder how they're gonna market this fight and how it's gonna come out. And sometimes it comes down to the
The look,
you know
the
s-
marketing look.
right. You know what I'm saying? Not that Crawford is. I don't think Crawford is ugly at all. So what I'm saying? But I'm just thinking about how other people may see it from the outside. And America, you know how they do. You know what I'm saying? They look at Deontay Wilder, what I'm saying, how they try to market him versus Tyson Fury. And
Exactly.
what I'm saying? He's a cold brother, you know what I'm saying? He ain't ugly. But shit, they're going to look at it like he's the villain or something, even though he's
Yeah,
actually the good guy. He's actually the
exactly.
good guy. Jay Smith says, salute PC chat panel, yes sir. And Jonah Turner says, not you pull the collar. In other words, Bud is not easy on the eyes. You you wouldn't say that in his face. No, but is, I mean, but he'll smooth brother. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way they might market him. You know what I'm saying? Because I just see it. You know what I'm saying? Because he's
I
dark
see.
skinned, they probably might
Yeah,
dark. They're gonna try to put a and plus he's the tougher, he has the tougher exterior where he's kind of
yeah,
like Marvin Hagler, like he's always
yeah.
trying to
He has. Yeah,
bully.
he just to say like he has that blue collar work, that
Right,
blue collar look, more that rough man blue collar look.
right. Like he's more
Uh,
intimidating, you know what I'm saying? Like the way
yeah,
he tried to come off. And Errol Spence is kind of laid back. And so I'm just trying to look at how they might market it. They're always trying to put things in a good versus evil role. And
yeah.
what I'm saying? They're gonna try to make it something like that. And Jay Smith says, y'all see Bud dancing when they had a block party in the neighborhood? Yeah, yeah, I saw that. You know what I'm saying? Bud be wearing that Versace. You know what I'm saying? And the fisherman hat. You know what I'm saying? I like Bud style, man. You know what I'm saying? He kind of like, I mean, I could see me hanging. I could see I could go fishing with Bud. You know what I'm saying?
He
Salute
cool.
Pooh Khan and Mr. Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Eric, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, Mr. Vegas, Jay Smith. Thank you guys for coming through. Y'all make the channel work. And Jonah Turner also, he said, "What's up, Pool? You right, Pool. Real men don't judge other dudes. Only fruitcakes do that." Yeah, it ain't about judging them. It's about how America look at, what I'm saying, or like let's say a casual fan. What I'm saying, when they come to pick a fighter, what side they want to, what I'm saying, support. And what I'm saying, I'm thinking,
That's the
because
reason why. That's the reason why Ryan Garcia got so many fans.
right,
You know,
exactly.
so
That's a good example. That's a good example.
that's
You
the
know what I'm
reason
saying?
why,
He
because
can't fight. He can't
he
fight.
couldn't
He
fight.
don't fight, but yet he look good. So people like him, and they
People
give him
like
the
him.
they give him the benefit of the doubt because of his looks, and it's
Yeah.
amazing to me because hardcore fans like that's a bunch of bull. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, just like this fight fell through. I was under no pretenses that Ryan Garcia was going to go through with that fight. I didn't care what happened. I knew he wasn't going to fight Isaac Cruz. I just wasn't convinced. And sure enough, they say Isaac Cruz side was the ones that turned the fight down, but I just knew the fight wasn't going to be made. Antonio Holmes says Spence utilized black media and he has hip hop culture on his side. He was smarter and more strategic than Bud. That's why he has a bigger fan base.
Also Texas.
Well, yeah, he marketed himself better. He went to the right company
Yes.
to allow him to get the fights. He had the money behind him to make the fights.
Al-
Everybody,
al-
go ahead.
Also, he's more personable too.
Yeah,
Bud is not. Bud tell you himself on the Sean Porter podcast. He said he don't like doing interviews. He does not like doing interviews.
right.
So, and I think that he's more. I think also because Earl, he's he's more personable. He's gonna give you an interview. Or he's gonna just be. But I think Bud is me and Bud's just a he's just a straight fighter, man. He's just a dude that's he's because you see what he does. He goes fishing and just does basic stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's just who he is. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You see
and
Earl. Go ahead.
right. Yo, if it says nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? It's just that when you're trying to market yourself, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to get into a bigger pool of, what I'm saying, money and a bigger venue, what I'm saying, you got to do a little advertising. You got to get out there
You
and
do.
market yourself. And
Yeah.
I don't think Bud really cared for that side of boxing,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
because
And
to
I
be
think,
honest, and I give Bud his credit. Like to be honest, between the two, he probably does have the more exciting boxing style.
hmm
Because he's been in knockouts and stuff. But at the end of the day, not saying who's gonna win or not, because that's not who I choose to win. But he does have that on the, he does kind of does have, the more exciting boxing style, right? Because he can flip it and knock you on your ass, and get the whole crowd going wild, right? So he does have that, but I just think the way he marketed himself, the company he picked, the way he acts, his personality type, his look, everything, the company he went to, I think everything kind of like this because he should be bigger than what he is because he's the number one
right,
professional
yeah.
fighter now. So I
Now,
think that yeah, go ahead.
Jonah Turner says, how did the mainstream market Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson didn't really need the mainstream market because his life was so full of drama. He went through so much street stuff that got publicity. What I'm saying, he was fighting dudes outside the ring. Stuff with Robin Givens and wrecking his cars and. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You seen what he said to people. He said I would. What he said to that one guy, I'll eat your children, and what I'm saying, he was just a maniac. What I'm saying, he would say outrageous stuff, like he said, my back is broke. What I'm saying, I broke my back. What I'm saying, he would just say,
he just had.
you
Well, the thing about Mike Tyson is even though he wasn't marketed in a positive light,
no,
it doesn't matter. But he was marketable because he always got in drama, and then he was a 5'10" dude, 5'11" dude, knocking out short dude, knocking out these big heavyweights. He had a very exciting boxing style.
yeah,
But not only did he have a very exciting boxing style, his personal life, he was so outspoken that he could market himself. And what he been through, how he speaks, he was almost like one of those. I dare I say this, but he's one of those like mentally ill patients that you wait wait to snap at you at any time, and that built the mystique of Mike Tyson. So Mike Tyson had a
Yeah,
mystique to him, and he was also
yeah,
remember he was getting knockouts over dudes in like the first round or two. So people pay to see Mike Tyson knock somebody the f out. So
yeah.
it's a completely different ball field with ballpark with Mike Tyson.
I mean, even today he can do a live stream. It'll get like it will probably bust 1 million. I mean, people
Mm-hmm.
love Mike Tyson even today. That they sit up there and watch Mike Tyson do a monologue. You know what I'm saying about stories from his life, and I'm talking about that dude is. I mean, they love him. They love him, and you know what I'm saying that. But when he was around, they didn't like him, but he still got the attention of people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because he was a wild dude.
Mm-hmm.
He was a real street dude too, because he hung out with
Mm-hmm.
some of the most vicious dudes. I'm talking about in New York. If you go to what's the drug stories, he hung out with a lot of killers.
He had a
He
lot of
hung
drama outside the
he
ring and a
he
lot of
hung out
drama
with a
in the ring.
lot of real dudes. A lot of them did. A lot of those fighters, MCs back then, you know what I'm saying, hung out with the drug dealers. That was, what I'm saying, killing and stuff and selling dope in the streets and stuff. So them guys all
So
knew each other.
exactly, he had a lot
So
of drama in the ring, a lot of drama outside the ring. He was
yeah,
outspoken, excited
I'm
boxing
talking.
style, knockouts. I mean, it was everything was just a perfect combination. He's just a
Yeah,
marketable person, not because he just how he looked. No, it's because of how he just Mike Tyson.
yeah. Mike Tyson, he was on a whole nother level. I'm talking about he's more popular than the guys that beat him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So just think about that. You know what I'm saying? Lennox Lewis, I mean, when you think about him, his popularity is nowhere near Mike Tyson. You know what I'm
no,
saying? That was another one who had problems. You know what I'm saying? Because he just didn't have the personality. He was smooth, he was classy, but he just didn't
yeah.
have he just didn't have I don't know, he just didn't have the
And I respect
charisma.
the charisma, and
Right,
I respect Lennox Lewis because honestly, he's a greater. To be honest, he's a greater heavyweight than Mike Tyson was.
right, right.
But to be honest, he just wasn't as marketable.
But
If
see,
you, yeah.
when Leonard came, that was started those big ass heavyweights starting to
Mhm.
come, like the 6'5", 6'6" type dudes. And
Yeah.
Mike Tyson was only 5'10". You know what I'm saying? That's why they flirted with having a super heavyweight division, but they never did it. You know what I'm saying? They never did it.
Boy, we kind of need it now.
Yeah, cause these dudes, I don't know what the hell they eating. It says Antonio Holmes says Spence utilize. Okay, I read that. And Jonas Turner said, okay, I read that. Okay, I'm behind. Let's see. Eric Ross says this one, this one of those fights where as long as there's bad blood and tension between them, that will sell. Two alphas jockeying for a position. I agree. And Mr. Vegas says, Errol Spence is me. That's why he's my favorite fighter. I relate to Spence. We both from Texas, and it's a certain way we do things that make me relate. I understand what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? He don't he carries himself like very proudly. He's a family man. He's not about capping all the time, and he's very serious about making the fights, and you don't see him lying and stuff like that. He's just real regular, laid back. Type country Texas type dude. And he had his father right there, so he's like an all American guy. You know what I'm
He
saying?
is low key when you think about it.
Right. You know what I mean? He got a little
Olympian,
wild side.
Olympian.
Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't run up on EJ because what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure he got a little wild side to him. You know what I'm saying? But
Of course, he's a warrior. He's a professional world championship boxer. He's a warrior.
mm-hmm. And Jonah Turner says, "I'm having fun with you." He said, "I reminded all. I'm reminded of Ali versus Frazier. Smoking Joe was hard for many years over Ali, comparing him to a gorilla. Yeah, that was a sad moment.
Oh
That
yeah,
was
the
a sad.
descendant of Frazier, huh? They made him the villain. They beat him to heel.
Yeah, that was a sad moment, man. That Ali was tripping because Frazier, I'm saying, he helped him with his bills, bro. When he was down those 3 years and he couldn't get a fight, Frazier was the one, I'm saying, helped keep him on his feet. And
Mm.
I know that's why Frazier was pretty
Upset.
pissed. That's
Yeah.
why he's pretty pissed that, you help somebody and they come back and call you a gorilla. Really?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? He helped feed your family. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So, Ali, even though he was just selling the fight, he went too far. He crossed the line. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Frazier was willing to die in that ring, what I'm saying, because of everything he had done for, giving him a shot at the title after 3 years. I think Ali just went a little too far with the promotion, and what I'm saying, you had the blood feud. So Antonio Holmes says they're going to make Spence the villain. You said how? How are they going to do? Non-black fans are rooting for Bud because they view him as the safe black. Spence and the PBC are viewed as the pan. You know what? Let
No.
me let me think
No.
about that
No.
because I see
I
what he's
think
saying, but think about what he's saying because Al Heyman is they the upstarts. You know what I'm saying? They stole all the Golden Boy fighters. You know what I'm saying? You got a black advisors that's getting these guys paid. You know what I'm saying? And it is kind of a what I'm saying, a image that the PBC has that it's a black business. And I could see them trying to turn it like that.
no.
Um
No, let me. That's gonna work for the online community on YouTube because that's one of the main reasons why they hate Earl and they pick Bud because they don't like that Earl's with PBC. It's simple as that. If you're part of PBC, you automatically get hate from all races. That's true.
mhm,
But I think
mhm,
from a mainstream type of deal, we talking
mhm,
about when because this fight's gonna happen on PBC that you're not gonna market it like that. So
mhm,
that's what I'm saying. They're not gonna people they're gonna market it as okay pound for pound fighters fighting undefeated prime, and that's how it's going to be. They're going to make Earl the hero, so to speak, and make Bud the heel. And but they're not going to. I'm saying now on YouTube, yes, on YouTube
I don't know. Bud
they're
could
rooting for
be
Bud.
Bud could be painted as the Great White Hope, like Frazier was the Great White Hope. To take down Ali, the big mouth. What I'm saying, Muslim. You know what I'm saying. They saw Frazier as the Great White Hope to take him down because they do have these positions. What I'm saying, like Fedora. They want Fedora to take down Jamal Charlo, or they want Tim Zoo to take down Jamal Charlo. What I'm saying? Since Terence Crawford is pound for pound number one, they want to stop these upstarts. You know what I'm saying? Boot's going to be next. The next one that they want to stop. You know what I'm saying? From becoming, what I'm saying, getting all these accolades and stuff like that, and beating out the non-black fighters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
They always got
So
they got a great non-black everything.
right. So be careful about some of the words because I think if you use certain words in this category, I think they block your stream because they blocked my stream.
Oh,
You know
they
what I'm saying?
did.
And I think I said the R word or something, and
R
I think
word.
yeah, when you're talking about prejudice and stuff like that,
Oh, okay.
associate. Yeah, I think you can't
Yeah.
say certain things because they totally
Okay.
blocked the stream. I was like, how did they block the stream for that? But they did. So Jay Smith says, I remember when Bud and Errol went on the Breakfast Club too. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was pretty cool interview. Those were some pretty cool interviews. Let me see. BH says, he says Jonah Turner Mike was marketed as the baddest man on the planet by Mike Tyson himself. Yep.
Yeah.
I used to love when Mike Tyson said, "I'm like Attila the Hun. I'm like Alexander the Great." You know, I was like, this dude, man, he is incredible, bro. I mean, he just used to go on rants, that's just historical, BA says spinal, and Jonah Turner says, yeah, I remember that Mitch Green street fight. Yeah, he jacked his eye up. I mean, could you imagine getting hit flush with fists with Mike Tyson? His eye looked like it looked like it was mangled. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I can't. And Mitch Green really hated Mike, like on a personal level. I mean, you saw, if you go back and watch that fight, that was a blood feud right there. You know what I'm saying? That was a blood feud. What's going on right side? What's going on, my brother?
Man,
Can you hear me?
I'm trying to tap in, man. I'm late. I apologize, man. I apologize.
Oh,
I've
I
been
was late. I was
look,
late, bro.
I've been out here arguing with everybody and their mama about nonsense. So I'm just looking for some good boxing talk, bro. Not trying to. I don't want no smoke, bro. I don't want no smoke. I gotta put it out there early now, cause bro, you say the wrong thing, man. And damn, niggas won't smoke with you for no reason, bro.
Well, people get emotional about boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's a passionate sport. And when you can't argue with some people. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they be ready to kill you if
Man,
you argue.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Pool. I was looking for you earlier today, and I was like, "Damn, Pool ain't on." Okay, okay, I'm gonna go
Hmm.
jump on this panel. I jumped on the panel, right?
Hmm.
Man, I don't know how the conversation end up with Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Deontay Wilder. I rock with him the long ways. I
Yeah.
ain't, but at the end of the day, I'm not capping for him, nothing like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
My thing is, man, niggas start bringing up other shit, and you be like, bro, can we just talk boxing, bro? Let's just keep it boxing, man. Let's forget all the other shit. Let's just keep it boxing. They don't want to keep it boxing, man. They want to talk about
Well,
everything.
What are they talking
well,
about?
well, Deontay Wilder represents more than boxing. You know
Hmm.
what
Well,
I'm saying?
eh,
Hmm.
eh, somebody just asked, and I don't know who on the panel with us, brother. Who on the panel? I can't see.
Lennar.
What's your name, brother?
Lennar.
Lenard. Much love to you, brother. Right
Yeah,
side.
I met you a couple
I'm a,
days
I'm a,
ago.
I'm a, I'm a break it down. Call him LT because nobody can remember Leonard. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's
I,
LT.
hey, I can remember. Nah, I don't want to call him LT. I gotta. it's a guy. I rock with LT, man. It's a guy who, man, you don't always see eye to eye. Named
The
LT.
lieutenant. LT the lieutenant.
But hey,
Nope.
Lieutenant, man, much love to you, brother. No disrespect coming from me.
Yeah, I'm good.
Put it out there from the beginning. So
But man, you forgot that quick, huh? We were talking about Devin Haney a couple days ago.
yeah, no, I do remember. I do remember now. And matter of fact, I think me and you, we rock together. Matter of fact, I believe so.
Yeah,
But
we pretty much agreed on everything.
yeah. That's what I said. We rock together. Like I do remember it. So no, it's just other people, man. But hey, man, what's the topic tonight? My bad, guys. What's the topic? What we talking about?
Well, we was talking about. We started out with David Morrell and David Benavidez and the 168 division heating up. Um, you know what I'm
That's
saying? He's fight. Go ahead. Go ahead,
that's
bro.
interesting. That's interesting right there. I don't know if y'all heard, but David Morrell just came out. He called out.
Hmm.
Oh well, I'm not gonna say he called out Benavidez directly, but he did call out the winner of Benavidez and Lemieux this weekend. So I like David Morrell, man. I think he's a hell of a fighter, very talented. Um,
Hmm.
to be the size that he is, he has great footwork. Um, he almost he, I'm not there yet, but he's damn near a slick fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah.
Especially having that Cuban style behind him. You know, I like David Morrell a lot, but I also like David Benavidez a lot too. I like David
Hmm.
Benavidez a lot, and so I want to see that fight. I don't think that fight will happen soon because promotions and all that kind of shit's gonna get in the way. But when that fight does happen, man, I'm very interested in it, and I want to see where both of these guys move forward. You know, because my critique about David Benavidez is the man ain't fight. His last fight was Kyron Davis, bro. His
Hmm.
is David Lemieux. Hey, much respect to David Lemieux, but at the end of the day, the eye test, and I go a lot off the eye test. When I look at the fight, man, Benavidez finna beat the shit out of David Lemieux, bro. He finna beat the shit out of his ass.
Oh yeah.
David Lemieux,
Hmm.
he's a champion. Um, I think he's Well, he damn near got 50 fights. You know what I'm saying? My problem is he's an old champion. Even though he's 33, what he relies on is that knockout power that he carries, and
Hmm.
because he relies on that, he done been in some wars he shouldn't have been in my opinion. In my opinion, and so hey man, I think David Benavidez. I don't see him knocking him out cold, but I think he'll definitely stop him. I think it'll be a TKO ref stoppage somewhere around the eighth, ninth round, in my opinion. What y'all think about that?
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. I think he gonna get him out of there by six.
Damn,
The only problem with David is that he gasses out. You know what I'm saying? He gasses out in fights,
which
and
David?
David Benavidez,
Yeah,
he gasses out. You know what I'm saying? And he throws so many dang punches, but he'll beat David Lemieux. He'll beat him to a pulp. And David Lemieux, like a fool, he'll be right there for him to hit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going nowhere. He don't have the speed. He don't have the slickness. You know what I'm saying, to get out the way of those punches. He's too old.
fact.
You know what I'm saying? He's too battle worn. And David, it should be an easy night for him. He should be, but David don't have the most power in the world. He don't have a lot of power. He has um,
Accumulation. He
accumulation power.
and
Hmm.
besides, the thing that I like about him, he has fast hands. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't like his footwork. I think he's a plotter. Um, he damn near Frankenstein, in my opinion. Just to be honest, he damn near Frankenstein. But the speed with the hands that he has, you know what I'm saying, the length that he has, um, the power he carries. He don't carry just great knockout power, but like you said, that shit. Once I start to touch your ass up, that shit start to add up, and
Hmm.
that's what I see in this fight. I think it'll be a TKO. I think the ref will have to stop it somewhere in those later rounds, man, because I see. And once again, Lemieux is there to be had. He
Yeah.
don't. Lemieux has damn near no footwork, in my opinion.
Hmm.
He does carry good power. He carries really good power. Outside of the power, though, shit, he, he,
Yeah.
he's he's a okay boxer. He's a okay boxer, right? And if his power isn't able to be landed, he's gonna be the smaller fighter in this situation. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? His is a little bigger, longer, and because of that range, because of the accumulation, like you said, Paul, I don't like this fight for Lemieux. I once again I'm saying eighth, ninth round, but hey, if it happened early, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Right. It's kind of like a paycheck fight. You know what I'm saying? Or a busy fight.
Man,
Because I didn't even know Lemieux was up there like that. You know what I'm saying, to get into the higher. You know what I'm saying, up in the rankings like that. I don't remember anybody him fighting except for Triple G. I don't remember him having any particular victories. You know what I'm saying, that would warrant him to have this fight. But you know what I'm saying, to keep his name alive like that, so he can get a fight like this. I don't remember him winning no regular titles or something like that. And he just kind of come out the blue. All these old fighters are still hanging around the top of the division. But
yep.
when you look at but when you look at 168, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of weird names that I got to check out, that I never seen fight. A lot of foreign dudes
Mm-hmm.
at at 168 that I got to look at. And so you got David Morrell, who seemed like he's going to be able to shake up the division, but he only got 6 fights. He only got 5 knockouts.
But
Um,
he's also the only champion outside of Canelo in the division.
hmm hmm And it might be a situation of too much success too early for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he haven't really been on the big stage like that, and David has, at least in a few fights. And I don't think he's quite ready for David, but I think he'll give him good battle. You know what I'm saying? He
So
probably
go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was gonna say he probably need really a couple of good fights, step up fights. But at 168, like if he fought Caleb Plant, you know what I'm saying, something like that. I think he get him ready for David Benavidez because we haven't had that fight yet. Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez. That would have been a good fight.
That's the fight we need to see. That
Right.
and so, in my opinion, I I think David Morrell. You know what I mean. I think he's the goods. I think he's the goods. He has great
Hmm.
foot. He carries decent power with him. Decent head movement. He can do it all. You know what I mean? My thing is this. I agree. He's not ready, or I'm not gonna say he's not ready for it promotionally. You know what I'm saying? As far as the shoes go in the sport of boxing, what I always like to call the boxing politicians, the way that
Hmm.
they're going to move that fight between Benavidez, who is 25, and Morrell. I don't. I think Morrell is 20, somewhere around that age as well, 25, 26, something like that.
Yeah. He's young.
But the thing is I don't see that fight happening anytime soon. I think that could be a major fight. So when I start looking outside of it, I don't know, man. It's just a Caleb Plant. A Caleb Plant, in my personal opinion, Caleb Plant versus Benavidez needs to happen. I love that fight. Um, I'm not sure if that'll happen. It's a lot of fights that I want to happen that I'm not sure they'll happen. And so, just when I'm looking at the landscape of the division, I think
Hmm.
at 68 right now, especially with Canelo being the undisputed champion, right? And
Hmm.
we what he's gonna do. I don't think he'll fight Bivol. I think his next fight is gonna be Triple G. I don't think he'll fight Bivol at 68 because if you fight him at 68, then he got a chance to lose his belts. And Canelo, he ain't looking to make that happen. And so I think he goes and fights a Triple G. The problem is once he comes back to 68, and he's gonna have to campaign at 68 unless he retires or cherry picks the way that the WBC, all these sanctioning bodies allow him to do.
Yeah.
Outside of that, man, he gonna have to fight some heavy hitters,
Right.
and whether it's a Andrade, a Charlo, a Benavidez, if he's up a Bivol, um, man,
It's
outside
it's closing in. The wall's closing in.
outside of Triple G right now, bruh, the shit finna start getting pretty tight on your ass, bruh. It's tight on it's about to it's getting tight on Canelo, bruh. It's getting tight.
Right. And it's been getting tight for a while, but he's been able to escape because he's the cash cow.
But
You know what
but
I'm saying?
Bivol set that shit straight by beating his ass at 75. Now,
Hmm.
he was looking to fight McAboo at cruiserweight, right?
Hmm.
Bro, you couldn't get through Bivol at 75, and you finna go up to cruiserweight? Nah, you not finna do that. So
Right.
now, it's one or two things. Either you rematch Bivol, or you sit there and you campaign after the Triple G fight, and even after the Triple G fight, I think it'll be Triple G. I think he'll pass over Bivol, and I think he'll go fight Buatsi. You know what I'm saying? Buatsi fights this weekend,
Oh yeah, yeah. He'll go down the ladder. Like, John Ryder's still up in there somewhere, and
but it's only a 3 fight deal with Eddie Hearn matchroom them, right? So
hmm
first fight was Bivol. Now he got 2 fights left. I want to see what
hmm
happens after these 2 fights. And we know he got a date for September 17th. I believe he'll have another date in December. So 2023 is going to show us who Canelo really is. Because after these next 2 fights, I don't think he rematches Bivol because Bivol gonna beat the shit out of him, bro. Like
right.
everything,
Bad style matchup.
it's a horrible style matchup. You know what I mean? So everything we saw is who Canelo is. So now I want to see what moves do you make in 2023 because I believe he got the next 2 fights kind of lined up. But I'm interested. I'm very interested in the next fights in 2023.
I'm not. I already know who Canelo is, so I think a lot of us pretty much know who Canelo is. You know what I'm saying? He's a businessman. You know what I'm saying? He's not about taking risk, you know what I'm saying? That, everybody look at Duval Bivol like this was a calculated, you know what I'm saying, some kind of him chasing greatness. I think he thought the dude was soft and it was a cherry pick gone wrong, in my opinion. John Turner says, to be honest, Tyson laid down for a lot of fights. He even when Tyson fought Lewis, he dazed him badly in the first round, and Emmanuel Stewart got on Lennox. And he comes back and says, if Costamano was alive, Tyson would go down as the best heavyweight ever, undefeated. You know what I'm saying? I think Costio, you know what I'm saying? What you think about that, right side?
Tyson is my favorite fighter of all time. Me and him, we have the same birthday, June 30th. You know
All
what I mean?
right.
So because we have the same birthday, I agree. I
Hmm.
agree. I'm completely biased about my opinion about Mike Tyson. We, that's my once again. You find a great fighter like that who has your birthday. I'm rocking with him. You feel me? So at the end of the day, right now, hey man, if Customato would have lived and was able to continue to train, even but my thing is even when he didn't, you know what I mean. Mike Tyson still had a very great style of boxing. He was a
Hmm.
small fighter in the heavyweight division. He had very good footwork. He had amazing head movement. You know what I mean, and he had great punching power. And so if regardless whatever happened to Customato, I think that if Mike Tyson would have been focused
Hmm.
completely throughout his career, he'd be one of the greatest. Oh, well, he's already one of the greatest fighters, but I think he'd be the greatest fighter if he would have stayed focused and not allowed those other aspects to
Right.
interfere in his career.
And don't forget the speed. Tyson was faster than a lot of fighters. He was so fast. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't deal with that speed. Um, you know what I'm saying, from Tyson. So Rashid Duncan, welcome to the channel, man. You says Team Spence and Eric R. You know what I'm saying, my brother. He says, yeah, they view PBC as Mayweather. He said, and that's where a lot of the, I can't say that word. He said hates come from because they'll block my stream again. Let me see. Who's real said keep it boxing. It's Eric R says my bad. And Mikey definitely BH says Mike definitely has the gift of the gab. And BH says you got you okay, they talking to each other. And John Turner said, I still believe more Morrell needs a few more fights before he faces Benavidez. Yeah, yeah.
I
And
don't
he said
disagree with
go
that.
ahead.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, because he only got 6 fights, y'all. So, we can't like you can't really push him in there with the sharks, you know what I'm saying? Because he ain't really been in the deep end yet.
Man,
And
I
go ahead.
look at it like this though. Even though he only got 6 fights, man, when I'm looking at him fight, I'm looking at him train using just the eye test. The man is a very skillful fighter, bro. Like he has good power, but he's a very skillful fighter. He has great footwork. Um, I don't know, man. Morel is a dog, bro. Like he's gonna be
Yeah, he
something.
is.
He gonna be something to deal with pretty soon for a lot of these fighters, bro.
And see, he comes from the Cuban. He's got that Cuban background, and so he's got a solid foundation.
Right.
So he's got, you know what I'm saying. So it ain't like he's, what I'm saying, gonna come in there green. You know what I'm saying. Them Cuban guys go through the mill. And Jonah Turner says you can't blame fighters for other fighters not stepping up to fight them. I don't think you blame the fighters, but you can't give fighters credit for fights they haven't had. That's the problem. And BH says. Benavidez might break him down to the body like Triple G did. Yeah, yeah, because he's got a learning curve. You know what I'm saying? The fight when he fight David Benavidez, them hands, the cumulative power like Earl. Yeah, David Benavidez has a cumulative power like Earl. Yes, sir. That's on point. And Boxing Profile TV, what's up, my friend? What's going on, my brother? Thanks for coming to the channel. He says Benavidez will what's that through the through how you say that through the sloppy Joe. the combo sleep. Am I reading that right? It says Benavidez will through the
Now you read it. No, you read it right. We just can't understand it. Okay, don't try to. Cause
it
you
says Benavidez will through the sloppy Joe the combo sleep. I know what he's doing because Benavidez be throwing them all kind of crazy stuff, man. He just be throwing, bro. Sometimes Benavidez look for sloppy Joe from Benavidez the combo. Hmm. It says let's see. Jonah Turner says if Plant and Benavidez fight soon, I lean towards Benavidez with the body attack and punch out. I guess output. He's trying to say, and he will cut the ring off and smother Plant. Yeah, I see him beating. I think Plant just too feather fisted. You know what I'm saying, to be able to stop David from coming forward. He'll gas out at some time in the fight. He'll have some success, but I think he'll gas out. You know what I'm saying? And I think David will just take over from there. And Eric R says Canelo have to fight a Charlo or Andre to restore his brand in the public's eye. You know what I'm saying? His people are so dang loyal, Eric, man. Eric R. His people are so loyal. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Canelo gonna make that money, man, because they just want to
and,
see him succeed.
and that was my exact question. And when we say the public eye, who or what public are we talking about? Because
Right.
even and yeah, I don't know, man. I I will say this. I will say, man, they booed Canelo
Mhm.
real quick after that loss against Bivol, right? My thing
Mhm.
is, I don't think they stand on that square, bro. I think that they gonna show Canelo love for his next 3 or 4 fights, and at some point in time, man, Canelo, the time is gonna catch up with him. Skills are gonna catch up with him. The shit is closing in, and so at 31 years old right now, you're gonna start having to fight a lot of, especially with you being in your prime. You're gonna have to start fighting some of these heavy hitters, bro. You got to.
Mhm.
Can't campaign at 75 no more. We know that because Bivol beat the shit out you. And it wasn't even close. They tried to rob Bivol and he still whooped your ass. And so if that
Right.
be the case, then you got to campaign at 68. And when you campaign at 68, there's some hitters up there. The only thing, this is what I look at. If you look at the IBF, right? The IBF got some guys that I ain't gonna lie to you. I watch boxing. I love boxing. Man, they got some guys I ain't never heard of, man. I ain't never
Yeah.
heard of. And so
Mhm.
I think they may be next in line, you know what I'm saying? Dudes that we ain't never heard of as far as the IBF go, and then that'll give Canelo a way out. But man, the walls are closing in. At some point in time, you're gonna have to fight somebody, bro. You gotta fight somebody you don't want to fight. We gotta
Yeah.
see we gotta see what these sanctioning bodies do, but hey, the walls closing in on Canelo.
Yeah. The cognitive dissonance, and Canelo fans, like, the man fought his sparring partner for two major belts, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't respect that. You know what I'm saying? You don't. How you gonna get two major belts and have that kind of weak fight? You know what I'm saying? Yildirim, remember that Yildirim fight? Come on, bro. I didn't even watch that.
Well,
And
look, Mildred, Rocky Fielding.
hmm
We don't even know. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know okay. They champions. Okay, I don't know who these guys are, bro. Until Canelo fought them, and I watched boxing, bro. I watched boxing, man.
right.
I mean, I knew who they were, but they weren't nobody that I was like, "Hey, Canelo need to go fight their ass right now."
Before they let Canelo fail, they will open up a whole new sanctioning body. It'll be the WBD belt. You know what I'm saying? Just for Canelo. You know what I'm saying? They'll open up a whole another sanctioning body. You know what I'm saying? Just so he don't have to face nobody real. You know what I mean? Jonah Turner says, "I'm actually tired of hearing about Canelo Avroids." He says he's overrated and tries to fight like Floyd. You know what I'm saying? He can try. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of people try and fail. He says, Jonathan said, tell me another heavyweight with Tyson speed, power, combos. In defense, BA says um, Benavidez will walk Plant down and stop him. I think so too. And Jonah Turner says right side. He said they booed Canelo because the fans lost a lot of money betting on him. Yeah.
Facts.
And Eric R says Canelo has fake love from his fans. It's not the same as Manny. I've been in a lot of comment section and his fans have yet to resurface. Manny and Wilder fans show better for their guys. Yeah, Manny fans are like crazy, man. They'll stalk you. You know what I'm saying? They'll stalk you wherever they see you. You know what I'm saying? They real haters. You know what I'm saying? You say anything bad about Manny, and it's on and popping.
Hey man,
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta say, man. So I'm a fan of Wrong Vasai, right? And he's Filipino as well. Man, the Filipino fans, man,
Hmm.
these dudes are real fans, bro. I give them respect though. I give them a lot of respect because, like I said, I rock with Wrong Vasai, and just to see this man, he can go fight somebody me and you ain't never heard of, right? We ain't never heard of the dude. He Filipino, and Rumvasai stop his ass in the third round. And guess what they gonna do? Boy, they love that shit. You feel me? They done watch the fight. They there. And I'm not mad at that. Much love to
Hmm.
those fans because you need to be rocking with your fighter like that. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that yeah, Ron Vasai is a great fighter. He's a great fighter, but put him in the ring with Stephen Fulton. Put him in the ring with Stephen Fulton. We'll see.
Right, right.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I will say this, man. He Ron Vasai has a fight coming up with Bam Rodriguez. I like Bam Rodriguez a lot. Um, excuse me. He a young fighter. I believe he's 22. He just beat Carlos Quad or Quad.
Cargon.
I can't say the man. That
I know.
Quadro.
I know. I think
Quadro.
he's like
Is
the
it Quad?
WBO champion.
Yeah, yeah. He just beat
Hmm.
it. He beat his ass in like March, February, March, something like that. And
Hmm.
hey, man, I like Bam Rodriguez. I like him a lot. But I will say, man, Romvasai, I like Roman Gonzalez. I like him a lot. Chocolatito, man,
Hmm.
man, I ain't never seen Chocolatito stopped the way Romvasai stopped his ass. You know what I'm saying? If
Hmm.
Estrada is the one guy. Well, Carlos Quadras also he beat Romvasai as well, but um uh, uh Estrada. You know what I'm saying? They went 1 for 1 as far as that fight went. And so and people got Estrada on the pound for pound list. I don't have him on my pound for pound list because some other shit and the man took the franchise belt and all this other but regardless of that, man, Ramos can fight, bro. This man, he's a southpaw. He awkward. He has that Manny Pacquiao. I can throw while I'm stepping, while I'm off balance type shit going on.
Hmm.
The thing
Yeah.
is, Bam Rodriguez, man, I watch. I don't know if y'all saw him fight Carlos Quadras, but the way he changes angles, there was one point in the fight, bro. The people like to call Lomachenko the Matrix. I,
Hmm.
Bam, he hit his ass with a jab, and he's a southpaw as well. You know what I'm saying? He made that step to his right, or he pivoted to the right, extreme pivot. Carlos Quadras tried to come around to find his target and got caught with an uppercut, bruh. And it was something like, man, it's something special. So I like Bam
Yeah.
Rodriguez, but
Yeah.
man, I'm interested in that fight because I think Rumvasai carries great power. I mean, once again, I ain't never seen Chocolatito knocked out. And Rumvasai knocked his ass out in the fourth round, bro. Like, that shit was. And Rumvasai throw in between punches, and he don't mind getting clipped. You know what I'm saying? You can clip him, and he think that his power gonna knock you out. So and the other thing is Bam Rodriguez is coming up in weight. He came up in weight against Carlos Quadras as well. So I can't really put that too much in perspective. You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna be a hell of a fight. I think that's June 25th. So That's gonna be a hell of a fight. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, let me ask you this: a lot of people thinking they've been hearing the negotiations with Terence Crawford
Hmm.
that he's being a little difficult, that he might be pricing himself out. Um, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that this fight will get made? You know what I'm saying? You think there'll be Al Heyman will be able to make this fight with Terence Crawford?
This fight has to be made. It's no other fight for Terence Crawford to be made. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's a free agent right now, and I know he's negotiating with. I've heard certain things about him pricing himself out. I don't like to get too much into the business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if if there was money for Canelo Alvarez, you know what I'm saying, for a 2-3 fight deal for $100+ million, damn it, you can make, and you didn't get that fight. Damn it, you can make this fight happen. You can
Yeah.
make it happen. And now I also will say, I think, in my personal opinion, this is a personal opinion. I have no insider knowledge about what I'm speaking on. So hey, man, both of y'all, if both fighters make $10 million, that's their biggest paydays. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so let's be reasonable about it, and make what you can make. Of course, if I'm Bud Crawford, I'm pushing for my high. Hey, when I just got a new position, and while I was negotiating my new position, you damn right, I pushed for everything I could get. I pushed for everything I could get. Certain things
Mm-hmm.
turned down, but I pushed for it. And so all I'm saying is as I pushed for it, when I realized it wasn't gonna be able to happen, I'm gonna accept the best deal I can get. So I'm not mad at them pushing, but don't let your pushing stop the fight from happening. Because Errol Spence said he want the fight, Bud Crawford said he want the fight. And so if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be your biggest payday regardless. Make the fucking fight and make the fight.
Now, here's a scenario because, okay, let's say this fight don't get made, right? If this fight don't get made, I see them both maybe move. Well, I know Spence is definitely going to move up to 154. He said if he don't get this fight, he's moving up to 154 immediately. Now, what's going to be there for Crawford? Is he going to follow Spence up to 154, or he's going to stay down to 147, fight a Josh Taylor, or somebody down there at 147? Because there's nothing but Jerron Boots in. It's maybe fight Virgil Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get this Spence fight, what you think there for Crawford?
It's really hard to say. The reason
Hmm.
it's hard to say is because even though, give it like you just said, Spence moving up to 54. Then if Spence move up to 54, he find, well. First off, we got to see what happened with Charlo and uh, um his next mandatory, whether it's Fundora, whether it's Tim Zoo. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? The thing is though, if the fight between Bud and Earl doesn't happen, if that don't happen, man, it's horrible. Because I'm just saying, because even if Spence move up, right? He can, if he moves up. He already said he ain't gonna fight Keith Thurman, so we're gonna say he moves up. Is he guaranteed? He's not guaranteed the Charlo fight. You know what I'm saying? And Charlo already came out and said he not really looking to make that fight. Both of y'all got the same fucking trainer. That's a horrible situation. That's a horrible situation to be in. And
But,
so,
but he don't have to fight Jamel. So he's still gonna have to get acclimated to 154.
man,
He
go
could
ahead.
take he could take. You know what I'm saying? I could see Jamel fighting a voluntary, and then moving up,
So
fighting
so
one. Well,
so
they ain't gonna let him fight a volunteer. He got to fight Tim Zoo because they're gonna strip him. The
exactly.
WBO is gonna strip him, so he's got to fight. I could see him beating Tim Zoo before he go up, and
So
I could. See,
hold on, but that means if he does that, is Earl gonna move up and fight Fundora?
well, I mean, he's going up to 54. He's gonna have to see him anyway.
No, no, and no, and no, no. If we see a Fundora fight with Earl moving up before fighting Bud Crawford, I'm looking at Earl just like hell no, bro, hell no. If that happens, I'm disappointed in the sport of boxing, bro.
Right,
Because
right.
ain't
But
no way.
this is it's just a scenario. What probably could happen? What you think the options are? And I could see Bud going for that Keith Thurman fight. You know what I'm saying? I could see him definitely going and beating the hell out of Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? And
But
building his. Go ahead.
the problem is if that situation comes about, right? Bud still if he moves up, first off, if it comes about that him and Errol Spence don't fight, that means he didn't sign the contract with PBC. That's what it means.
Hmm.
If he didn't do that, then the Charlo fight is out the window for him. You know what I'm saying? So it means he's gonna have to go try to recollect this shit at 47, and you don't want to do that right now because you got Boots and Virgil Ortiz and Stanley Onis right there on your damn man. Bud don't want none of those fights. The reason he don't want them because they very dangerous fights, and all he gonna be doing is trying to collect belts at 47.
Oh, he'll
So
beat he'll beat Stanley Otis. He'll
nah,
destroy he'll destroy Stanley Otis.
nah, he ain't gonna destroy him. I think he beat Stanley on this, but I think I got
Because
it.
Stanley Otis is too limited, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't you see it? You don't see it. He's too limited. He couldn't. He's a strong puncher. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he has the mobility. You know what I'm saying? He don't have the tools to protect himself against an agile fighter like Bud. Bud wouldn't have too many problems with his lateral movement. You know what I'm saying? And Stanionis is not really the type of fighter to chase you down. You know what I'm saying? He's slow. He's got cement feet. That's a perfect fighter. I mean, that's the perfect dude for Bud to beat up. You know what I'm saying? I
The
think.
the the, the, the problem is although Stanley Onis, I agree, he has slow feet.
Mm-hmm.
He is good, and I'm not saying great. I'm not saying great. And
No, no.
like, I said this from the beginning. I think Bud wins the fight. I think Bud wins the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Stanley still gives him trouble for two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Though Stanley Onis doesn't have the fastest feet, he has
Yeah.
a very good ring IQ as far as cutting the ring off. And so I don't think he cuts the ring off completely for Bud. But the other thing is the body work that Stanley Onis is going to do. You're not going to you're not going to knock this man out. And if you don't knock him out, then he's going to start to get in range. He's going to find his range. And once again, this is a fighter that was trained by the same or by Ronnie Shields. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, Ronnie Shields was training Stanley Onis, and the man has very good boxing skills. Besides slow feet and movement, you know what I'm saying? The body work
Did
that he
you
go ahead.
did you see the Thomas Delorme fight with and
I
Stony Onis?
did see that fight.
Mm-hmm. That don't convince you
Convince me of what?
that Bud would destroy this guy? You know what I'm
Why
saying? You didn't see the Tom. He had trouble. Thomas Delorme gave him all kinds of trouble, bro.
doing? What did Thomas Delorme do to give him trouble?
Well, basically, you know what I'm saying, he was hitting them with big shots. You know what I'm
Big.
saying? Hmm.
What did Thomas Delorme do?
Yeah, he was hitting them with big shots. He made it to the 12th round. Did he make it to the 12th round with Bud or Boost? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think he would get caught by Bud. I think Bud would hit him with enough big shots and stay away from him, just box him, and it'll be an easy night. I just think Bud got too much mobility, too clever. Um, you know what I'm saying? If Tommy DeLorme could last in there with him, you know what I'm saying? So can Bud will beat him. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I know you said Bud will beat him, but I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't think much of his ability to track or stay in there with Bud. Once Bud turn up, once he see that he got him, or once he figure out his technique and punching angles. You know what I'm saying? It'll be over for him. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
go
Mhm,
ahead. No, I'm
mhm,
not. I'm not saying that Stanley
mhm,
Leonard's going. I'm not saying he's gonna win the fight. I'm not saying that.
mhm,
What I'm saying is that at the side, it's gonna be, especially at 47. You know what I'm saying? A Thomas Delorme, a very good fighter, a very good fighter. The way Stanley Leonis is gonna attack Bud, and once again, and I don't want to make it seem like this is gonna be just Stanley Leonis walking Bud down. No, no, I got Bud winning the fight. I think Bud has the possibility of stopping. I don't
mhm.
say stop. I ain't gonna say stopping because Stanley on this can take he can take punches. I think
Yeah, he
that
can.
I think Butayev is a much bigger puncher than
Mhm,
Bud, and Butayev landed some shit that I watched Stanley on his take, and I was like, God damn, bro, like he stood through it. So my thing is, like I said, I got Bud winning that fight. But I think it's gonna be a tough fight for him because the way Stanley Leonis is gonna pressure and the way Stanley Leonis he has a really good jab. Bud people want to give Bud credit for jabs. Well, I've heard people give Bud credit for jabs. Bud jab is decent at at best. It's decent at best. You know what I'm saying? Stanley
mhm.
on the jab is more crisp. Um, I'm not gonna say it's more intelligent because I think Bud knows how to use the jab better, if that makes sense. It's
Mhm.
Stanley on this man, as I think he'll have some success against Bud.
I
The
I
way
I think Stadion is very fundamental, and I think he's extremely fundamental. Um, he yeah, Stadion has a lot of power on his jab, and he stays tight. He keeps his defense tight. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you like you said, it's I don't know. I just can't see him giving Bud a really hard time. You know what I'm saying? He's got to connect with that power, and he comes pretty much directly at you. He's a forward pressure fighter, and I just don't see he don't have enough speed. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, to be able to catch Bud, and Bud is good at, you know what I'm saying, staying out of range. And like you said, I think I don't see how he would be able to engage, you know what I'm saying, with Bud. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying, when Bud's rolling out, but he'll be catching so much combinations and action. You know what I'm saying? I just think that's a bad style matchup for Stanionis.
it,
Um, I mean,
it
I
is. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But it'll be a good fight, like you said. You know, if he connect with Bud, it'd be interesting to see how he take that power from Stanley on this. But I don't think he'll be able to connect much. You know what I'm
But
saying? Hmm.
and is always my problem with Bud. My problem is once if you can touch Bud a few times, if you can touch him
Hmm.
a few times, you can make it a fight. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I see what you're saying. He gonna want to stand in there and dog you.
Right, right. And so what I'm saying is once again, like I said, I got Bud winning the fight. I got Bud winning the fight pretty easily. Like I said, 8-4, something like that. The thing is that once Bud and Stanley on this, he's one of those guys, like especially with that jab. He got a really stiff jab. I don't know. His footwork once again isn't the greatest. The problem is he gonna catch Bud a couple times. Bud gonna get touched. When Bud gets touched, he wanna get his shit back. He wanna make
Right.
it with your ass. I don't like a fight with Stanley on this for Bud. You know,
Hmm.
and it goes. It's damn near the same reason, and this is, in my personal opinion, Bud's
Hmm.
big flaw. I'm a huge Bud fan. I love Bud Crawford. I love EJ. I love Errol Spence. I got Errol Spence win the fight. The problem is when it's almost like Charlo, bro. Like in the last fight, my only question about Charlo was would he be able to sit there and listen to his corner? With Bud, it's similar. The question is will he get emotional about the fight? Once he gets hit, will he want his get back? And from what I've seen from him fighting, Bud want his shit back, bruh. He want his
Yeah.
shit. He want to show you, nah, he. It's almost like being on the basketball court where, you know what I'm saying, I know that, okay, this individual right here, they quicker than me. They quicker than me. If I stand back and I let them shoot, then I got the advantage.
Right.
But if I sit there and press their ass, they gonna go past me and get a layup.
Mm-hmm.
That's Bud. Bud is one of those guys where, yeah, I need to let this dude shoot, but motherfucker, you ain't finna get shit on me, bro. Nah, hell, I'm finna press your ass.
Right.
When he start with that mentality, that's that, and maybe it changes. Maybe it changes. Maybe he's smarter than what I think. But until I see a difference, I can't give you that credit. And I hadn't seen that in Bud yet, bro. Like I hadn't seen even go back and look at the Sean Porter fight. When Sean Porter and Sean Porter he was much less skillful than Bud Crawford was in that fight. Sean Porter was a damn near a linebacker in that fight. The thing
Yeah.
was, when Sean Porter was able to connect, what happened? It fed right into Sean Porter. It started to become a fight.
Right.
Bud, that's what Bud want to do. And until I see that mentality kind of change, bro, like, hey man, that's one thing. It's certain things ingrained in people.
Yeah.
I listened to Bud talk about him playing basketball, football, all these other sports, team sports, and every one of them, he said, if we lost, I want to fight. That's what you do in the ring, bro. You get hit, you want to fight, and there are certain guys you don't want to fight against, and I think Stanley Onis is one of those guys, bro. You don't want to bring the fight to his ass. You want him to come to you, and you want to outbox him.
Yeah. You just want
So
to get the W. Just get the W.
and I think Bud will do that. I just think that there'll be a lot of rounds where he'll get clipped and when I say clipped, not hurt, not necessarily hurt, but he'll
No,
get
I know
hit,
what you're saying.
but
Mm-hmm.
he'll want his shit back. And when he try to go get his shit back, it's a bad fight for him. And in my opinion, that's Bud's biggest downfall.
Yeah. I see that. I see the same thing when he fight EJ. You know what I'm saying? Cause EJ gonna hit you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? EJ gonna hit you a lot. And if Bud is on some emotional, you know what I'm saying? If he's on some emotional, if he ain't disciplined, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna end up in a firefight with EJ. You know what I'm saying? BJ says he says standing on his jab is a piston sharp, pretty accurate. And BH says I don't think Bud's getting into a firefight with Stan is a good idea. He said I agree with the right side. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you forget about that side of Bud that he's, you know what I'm saying? He's emotional and he's ready to fight. He's always, willing to get into a firefight.
And
Um,
that's my. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love Bud as a fighter. I love him. One thing, the thing I love about him the most is the dog in him. You know what I mean?
hmm
Problem is that even though I love that piece of it, that can be very detrimental to your. You know what I'm saying? That can be
Right, right.
very detrimental. I love it about you. I want my fighter to have that dog. The problem is if you can't all that dog is not always beneficial. It's not always beneficial. I was talking to Nonito Donaire, right? And
hmm
I asked him about him specifically. And I was like, bro, how do you contain the dog when you run into some of these fighters, especially, he fought about to fight anyway. And I'm like, when you run into a puncher like Inouye, how do you control that dog? Because you going in being a dog in that fight is detrimental because Inouye is the bigger puncher. You know what I mean? And so
Well,
it,
he didn't control it against Rigondeaux, so
it,
I mean, he was trying to get Rigondeaux up out of there.
he was trying to get and I asked him about that fight, and he was like, "Yeah, I fell in love with my power. I was trying to get him out of there." And so it is one thing to understand and to have that flaw and to gone through those issues versus being undefeated and not necessarily going fully through it, being defeated by that flaw. and then running into somebody who's better than you at that piece of the game. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like EJ to win the fight because I think Bud, even if Bud sit there and box for 12 rounds, I think he has a good chance to win the fight. The problem is he don't have the jab EJ got, and when he get his ass touched, which he's gonna get touched, both fighters are gonna get touched. But when Bud get touched, Bud is more susceptible to falling into your game plan than EJ is. You can hit,
Mm-hmm.
and he's still gonna do what he do. The problem is what he do is put pressure on your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's okay for him to get hit, whereas with Bud in this situation, fighting off the back foot, being more of a boxer, when he get clipped, he want to fight. And if you get clipped and then you want to fight, then you fall right into the opponent's game plan, Errol Spence, because Errol
Mm-hmm.
is a better inside fighter, and that's why I like EJ to win the fight.
Yeah, that's a good breakdown, bro. That's a good thing. It says BA says that dog and Bud cut both ways, pro and con. Yeah. And
Facts.
how you say this? Fihaki Master, how you say that? It said Bud swells too easily to fight a guy with a strong jab. I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I agree with that. It's just that in the past, Bud always been able to get away. You know what I'm saying? With his legs, his footwork, and you know what I'm saying. He's getting older now, and a lot of guys don't like to hear that. But he's gonna have to sit down on this. He's gonna have to sit down and fight. You know what I'm saying? Your style changes as you get older. You saw Floyd style change as he got older. He couldn't, run as much around the ring. So he had to use his boxing IQ. You know what I'm saying? Do it in spurts. You know what I'm saying? To save his energy and conserve, and what I'm saying, be smart about it. And he's just one of the best at doing that. And he's just smarter than everybody else. A lot of the strongest weapon Mayweather had was his boxing IQ.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying. So, well,
Nope.
the older
Nope.
you get, you
That was
can't
his
depend
second
on them.
strong. That
Say
was
what
his
now?
second strongest. That was his second strongest weapon. You
What you
know,
think was his first?
his jab. Mayweather
Oh
had a
no.
jab. He had a great jab, and because he had a great jab, I agree. Not getting it. When you have a jab like Mayweather had, especially being able to follow up with that straight right that he had, man, it changes the fight. It changes the fight because the most common punch thrown in boxing is what? The
The
jab.
jab. But
And go ahead.
bro, you got to know when and where to place it, when and where to use it. And that's
And
what I mean. That's what I mean by Mayweather's mind. Nobody thinks. People try to use his shoulder roll. You know what I'm saying? But nobody can use the shoulder roll like Mayweather. He has his own his the way he used it and his the way he developed it. What I'm saying? Nobody can use it like him because
fact,
it's how he developed it. It's how he see boxing. What I'm saying? When he does his pull counter, what I'm saying? Nobody does a pull counter like Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Because he got his own form. What I'm saying? He got his own style with it. So, to me, Mayweather's boxing IQ is just higher than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? He's just been in the ring. He's more dedicated. He's more, um, what I'm saying? He's got a better understanding of his range. What I'm saying? He can break fighters down. He can shut certain things down. He can shut down your jab. You know what I'm saying? Like he did Zab Judah. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
Just shut him down, bro.
But
Um,
it took him a second to understand and to figure out what was going on in that fight before he was able to shut Zab Judah down. Zab showed up pretty well in that fight. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
But
Yeah,
now,
yeah, but see what Floyd knew and what everybody figured out about about Zab was he's only good for like 6 or 7 rounds.
yep,
You know what I'm
he
saying? And
yes.
just like Roy Jones Jr., what I'm saying, he only had like really hard knockout power in the first 4 or 5 rounds. You know what I'm saying? After that, what I'm saying, he just boxed you. You know what I'm
So
saying? Go ahead.
Pool, I gotta stop you and I gotta ask you, man. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know if I done heard your opinion on this fight yet, man.
What's that?
Um, Devin Haney versus Cambosis, right? So,
Hmm.
so before you say anything, I'm gonna go ahead. I think I done told you this before, but I'll put it out there.
Hmm.
I'm I'm on the Devin Haney bandwagon, bro. Dev is my favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Dev the long ways. What you think about this fight? His father not being able to go over there. How do you see that fight playing out? And who do you think wins that fight?
Well, I'm with at first I was like, I think Devin, is going to beat Cambosos because he's a pure boxer. I think he's faster, he's longer. You know what I'm saying? I think his jab is crisp. You know what I'm saying? I think he's got to beat the system over there. I think it's going to be a lot of home cooking going on over there. He's going to have to beat George Cambosos by a wide margin. It's going to have to be like a Bivol versus a Canelo type deal.
Fact, fact.
Um, I think that he's put himself in a bad situation. I wouldn't go. I'm with Bozy Ennis. I'm thinking, what I'm saying, they're gonna rob him over there, and maybe he should wait. Maybe he shouldn't go through with the deal. But since he's going through with it, what I'm saying, he got Zab Judah dad,
Yo,
Yoel, yeah, got him over there. So,
and just to
go
say,
ahead.
Yoel was in his corner in the amateurs. Yoel worked with him a lot in the amateurs, and
Hmm.
Zab is actually his godfather. So they've been in the gym with him. They've been in the gym with him. Go ahead, my bad.
So at least he got some familiarity, what I'm saying, beside him. So with that, I think you don't need much with a fighter like Devin Haney because he's such a natural, and
Hmm.
he's so motivated to make a mark. What I'm saying, in boxing. I think he understands that this is his moment. What I'm saying, to shine, his moment to make boxing history, and I think he don't give a damn. What I'm saying, I don't think it's going to affect him much that his dad ain't there. What I'm saying, I think he want him to be there, but I think he understands everything that's riding in the moment, and I think he's going to rise to the moment. I think he wants to rise to the moment. I think he want this moment, and I think he likes the adversity because it's going to add to what I'm saying, his victory. And I think with Yoel being there, it's going to be even extra special. You know what I'm saying? Because they're on that Muslim side, that side of the what is it? I think Jabzut is a what? I forgot what he practiced. But
Islam. Yeah,
yeah,
they all Muslims. They all practice
right.
Islam. So yeah, yeah,
I, I
absolutely.
think I think yeah, he's a Muslim too, right? So I
Yeah.
think that's just going to add to the what I'm saying, to the victory. You know what I'm saying? Just having him there is going to be powerful. It's going to be a powerful moment, and I think George Kambosos is going to come there and try to walk through Devin Haney because he don't think Devin Haney can hurt him. He don't respect his power. He don't respect Devin Haney, and I think it's going to be like one of those Ali moments, like say my name, what I'm saying, type situations. You know what I'm saying? I just see it. I think Devin is going to go all out in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's got to fight him a second time if he beat him, um, I think it's the same thing's going to happen because George Kambosos, he got quick hands. You know what I'm saying? He do have fast feet, but what I'm saying, he don't have very educated feet, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? If you are a fighter that come forward, what I'm saying, he can beat you up. He can look good. You know what I'm saying, like he did against Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez was just coming in there, bullying, trying to knock him out. So, and he did get clipped a few times. You know what I'm saying, in there with Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying, but with a fighter who's as athletic and agile and fast as Devin Haney, he's going to have a lot of problems. He's going to hit. I think he's going to have some success with Devin. You know what I'm saying, if he back up on them ropes and use that broke down shoulder roll. You know what I'm saying? And he's always open for the left hook. I'm sure he studied that. But him, sparring those middleweights like that, it tells me that he's going to go in there. He's going to try to throw power shots and try to get Devin Haney on the back foot and, what I'm saying, really try to pressure him. He's going to really put a lot of pressure on Devin. And Devin just, he can't cut the ring off on Devin though. You know what I'm
but
saying? He don't have enough pop on his punches. Um, I don't think he has the tools to beat a Devin Haney. Go ahead.
no, and I agree. Like you said, he don't have the tools. My thing is this. I think that when we look at other fighters, right? We look at Linares, we look at Jojo Diaz. When we look at those fighters, they're much better pressure fighters than Cambosis is.
Hmm.
They're much, and just to be quite honest, in my opinion, I'm not gonna say I think Linares is a very decent boxer, but I think JoJo is a really good boxer. You know, I go look at his performance against Fortuna. He
Yeah,
out,
he was the man in the Olympics. He was the man.
and so my thing is this: unless Cambosis, and if you really watch Cambosis, he's not really a pressure fighter. He's a boxer. Cambosis is a boxer. Now, and my problem is for him to win the fight, he has to be a pressure fighter, especially with him being the A side like he is. It's going to be on him to initiate the action. All of that is bad for Cambosis. The reason being is because at some point in time, yeah, and if I'm wrong, yeah, Pool, I want you to call me. I'm gonna jump back on your shit, regardless. I'm gonna jump, bro. If I'm wrong about it, call me on it. There's going to be a point in time where Dev starts to put Cambosis on the back foot. Dev is going to be the one coming forward, right? And when he's coming forward, he's going to utilize that jab. And in my personal opinion, I think Devin Haney has a top 5 jab in the sport of boxing, in my
Oh
opinion.
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
And because of that, the way I look at the sport, I already know that the most important punch in the sport is the jab. I know that. Dead
Hmm.
that. And so he's more athletic. Um, he,
Faster.
he's quicker. He has better hand speed. Um, he has better footwork. You tell me the category that Cambosis has on Devin Haney. You tell me, because when I'm watching just the sweet science, when I'm watching it, I see that this young brother, he's the goods. You feel me? I look at him like
Hmm.
I look at Shakur. I look at him like I look at Boots Ennis. They the goods, bro. They the goods. And regardless, when you the goods, like I believe that Devin Haney is, I'm not calling. I'm not saying he gonna knock Cambosis out, but he gonna fuck Cambosis up so bad that Cambosis damn near ain't gonna want to fight his ass again, bro. I believe it.
Yeah,
And
he's going to get frustrated in that fight, and he's going to get dirty. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get real dirty with. I see that coming.
he
You
ain't
know what
got
I'm
no.
saying? Say that again.
I say he don't have a choice
Right.
because if if, if I look at Shakur Stevenson, if I look at a Devin Haney, uh, um, uh, 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 damn, Crawford, Terence Crawford. If I look at any of these fighters, guys that they've been sparring against, if I look at them and I look at Cambosis, I'm like, bro, their skill set is it's a different level. It's levels to
Mhm.
this. Even in my opinion, I think that I like Tio. I don't think Tio is a great boxer, but I know Tio, he can box, he can counterpunch, he has great power. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or
But
Cambodia.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Well, just like BA says here, like he did versus Biggie, I was just about to bring up that Mickey Bay fight. Mickey Bay was coming off a long way off, and if Mickey Bay was ready for that fight, you know what I'm saying, maybe had a few fights, he would have destroyed George Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? And if Mickey Bay, could fight a fight like that against George Kambosos, now fighters do get better, but um, George Kambosos' offense is most of his defense. You know what I'm saying? He's one of them offensive. He uses offense as his defense. You know what I'm
He
saying?
ha-
I don't see. Go ahead.
he has to be offensive. If he's not offensive, then he's in trouble. He's not a back foot fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's not a real true counter puncher. And if you're not one of those guys, then you got to come forward. You got to fight. And so
Yeah.
it's a bad style matchup for him. If you went tooth and nail with Mickey Bay, right, and you knocked Mickey Bay down, he knocked Mickey Bay
And
down.
a bad version of Mickey Bay, not the complete version of Mickey Bay.
Not a bad version, an old version of Mickey Bay,
Yeah.
an old version.
Well, a laid off Rusty.
3 year layoff Mickey Bay. And Mickey has been in Devin Haney camp. And you got a younger, stronger, quicker man. It's bad for Kambosos because ain't no way. And I go back to the Tio fight. That's the fight I like. I don't want to talk about Mickey Bay, Lee Selby. I think Lee Selby should have beat his ass. I thought Lee Selby won the fight, in my opinion. But I don't want to go back to that because then I'm biased. So I want to stick to, what's going on now. And my thing is if Mickey Bay is in Dev corner, well, he's been in Dev corner. We got to see if he makes it over from Dubai with all the shit going on. We got to see what happens. But Yoel Judah said something that was very interesting to me. He said, "Damn it, we got to go over there and Devin Haney. He got to go take the belts. We're not going over there to win. We're going to take. You know what I'm saying? We're going to take it." And man, I listen to. I ain't always privy to it, so I listen to individuals talk about Devin Haney as far as sparring goes. And you tell me once again, Paul. I trust your knowledge, so I'm gonna lean on you on this one. You tell me somebody who's talking about they whoop Devin Haney ass in sparring. You tell me.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of nobody that beat him in sparring. You know what I'm saying?
And sparring. We're gonna keep that sacred. My thing when I say that is this. Devin Haney is a dog, bruh. He got that instinct. He got that instinct in him, and I believe he gonna go over and fuck Kambosos up, bro. I think he gonna fuck Kambosos.
Now, like my man, I don't know how to pronounce that, bro. This is you know how to pronounce that? He says, like it or not, Kambosos is a dog, bro. He is a dog.
We gonna call him PJ Hackmaster. Hacky Master, Hacky Master,
PJ Hacky Master. So he's absolutely right. Kambosos, he is a dog, bro. He has a lot of heart. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe he understands that he's at a disadvantage in this fight, and he's using a lot of mind games. You know what I'm saying? Calling Devin Haney a boy, and trying to get up under his skin. So he come in there emotional and angry and fight angry. And when you come in there like that, it takes a lot of energy out of you. It takes a lot of, you know what I'm saying? You're not focused. And he's trying to get up under Devin Haney's skin so he won't be able to box. And so he's saying some outlandish things. Like every time you see him, he's saying I'm 100 times better. You know what I'm saying? Trying to use these little elementary school tactics, you know what I'm saying, to get inside, you know what I'm saying, the mind of Devin Haney. And I don't think it's going to work. But I'm aware. Go ahead.
The question always come down to this. When if it's me and you, right, we on the basketball court, right? And I'm talking all type of shit about you. Am I psyching myself up or am I trying to intimidate you? Either way it goes. Either way it goes, guess what? It's a problem because when I'm saying this, either I'm trying to psych myself up or I'm trying to intimidate you. Either way, I'm trying to gain the advantage by speaking, you know what I'm saying, on this topic. When I'm doing that, that shows that I don't have the upper advantage. Because if I had the advantage, it ain't no. It's unnecessary for me to do that. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hype my opponent up. But if I don't have the advantage, then I may need help getting the advantage. And so that's kind of how I look at this situation because a Cambosis, does Cambosis really, is he really, does he have the leg up? Does he really, regardless of the crowds, just speaking strictly on boxing, is Cambosis a better boxer than Devin Haney? We all know the answer is no. We all know that.
Right.
So at some point in time, I got to do other things to make sure that I'm gaining an advantage. And I'm not saying Cambosis reached out to. I ain't going that far. I ain't saying he reached out to nobody. None of that. All I'm saying is that at some point in time, he understands that the Devin Haney coming over here with whatever restrictions or whatever. All right, now he here. It's a fight now. It's a fight. I gotta make sure I'm ready for a fight. And
Mm-hmm.
the fight that Dev will bring in, and one thing Dev said, I'm gonna handicap him. I'm gonna handicap his ass. I'm gonna take away what he does and show y'all that I'm a better fighter. That's what Devin Haney does. He takes
Mm-hmm.
your strength and then imposes his will on you. I look for the same thing to happen against Cambosis, bro. I look for the same thing, especially because I believe that Cambosis lacks great talent and great ability. I think that T.O. came out with one of the worst game plans I've ever seen, and Cambosis was able to knock him down in the first round, and it still ended up being a split decision. If
Yeah.
if T.O. could come out with one of the worst game plans I've ever seen, Devin Haney could have beat the shit out your ass, bro. He could have beat the shit out you because
Oh,
he
he was aware of that. He was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
ain't coming out with no bullshit ass game plan. He gonna come out with a good game plan as far as how I need to beat you. I'm gonna box you first, and then I'm gonna start walking your ass down round 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna walk your ass down, and then in the later rounds, guess what you got to do? You got to sit here and try to trade with me because if you don't trade with me, you're gonna lose the fucking fight. That's what Dev's gonna do, bro.
Mm. You think Dale gonna walk down Cambosis?
Absolutely. Who? Let me and let me ask you. Let me ask you. Who's the longer, more rangier fighter?
Devin Haney.
When Dale fought Jojo Diaz, who's a much better pressure fighter than Cambosis is, Linares, a much better pressure fighter than Cambosis is, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did he do in those
Dug it.
first 4 rounds? He worked the jab. He kept you on at range, and then in those later rounds, he started to come forward, and that could be to his detriment, because he started to come forward
Mm-hmm.
when he got clipped by Linares.
Right.
At the same
That's
time,
that, that's why I don't think it's gonna happen. That's the
man,
only chance. That's the only chance Camboso's got to win this fight is
Cam,
for Devin to
bro,
go.
Cambo don't punch like Linares does.
No, he don't. But that's his only chance to get a puncher's chance. You know what I'm saying? He does have some pop. He don't have the pop that he was able to knock down Teofimo Lopez.
In
And
the
if you
round,
get a knock, all he need to do is get a knockdown or two on Devin Haney, and he's gonna win. You understand that, right?
no, but there's a difference. The reason, in my personal opinion, without that knockdown against Teofimo, he would have lost the fight, right? The
Right.
problem is
No. To me, he outboxed him and everything. You know what I'm saying? I
no,
mean,
it was a split decision, and that knockdown was very important. Would it have been a
yeah.
split decision? All I'm saying is this. This is all I'm saying. Even when with him knocking T.O. down, he knocked T.O. down because T.O. came in with a horrible game plan. He came in
Right.
throwing haymakers. Anybody who watches the sport of boxing, if I'm training a fighter, the first thing I'm gonna say is we ain't looking for the knockout. If we get it, We, I'm good with it. Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to implement our game plan. Tio game plan was the knockout, and
Right.
and even with Tio having that horrible game plan, it still ended up being a split decision. Even with Mickey Bay being an old ass lesser fighter, it ended up being a split decision. Even with Lee Selby, and I thought Lee Selby won that fight, in my personal opinion. But even with Lee Selby versus Cambosis, even in that fight, it ended up being a split decision. Devin Haney is a better fighter than Mickey Bay, Lee Selby, and Teofimo Lopez as far as boxing goes. I think Tio carries more power, but outside of power, I think Devin is just a better boxer. So you tell me what does Cambosis come in do to win, bro? What does he come in and do and win?
Well, I mean, for one, what I'm saying, he's in Australia. That's what he got. He got Australia in his pocket. And it's gonna be up it ain't gonna be what Cambosos do. It's gonna be up to Kev not to lose the fight. He's gonna have to win rounds, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna do it. Don't get me wrong. I think Devin wins this fight, but I think he's got the what I'm saying, he's got the ref against him, he got the judges against him, and he's gonna have to do like in my opinion, he's gonna have to do like Bivol. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to make this fight so one sided that they can't rob him. You see what I'm saying? It ain't about Camboso's skill. It's so much as they don't want Devin to win in Australia. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna want to rob him over there. And so if Cambosos make it competitive, you know, he's already gonna to me, he's already gonna be down like 4 rounds. You know what I'm saying? They're looking to give it to Cambosos. You know what I'm saying? Just like they did Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao when he fought Jeff Horn. You know what I'm saying? I thought Manny Pacquiao won that fight, but you know what I'm saying? He knocked down Jeff Horn and everything. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's kind of like one of those situations. Long as Cambosos stay on his feet, you know what I'm saying? Long as he's backing up Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying, pressuring him all over the ring. Maybe if he get a knockdown, they're gonna look for any reason to give it to Cambosos, even if it's an ugly decision, you know what I'm saying, to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what Devin the skill level is there's a wide gap, right? And they know it's a wide gap. That's why they were celebrating when Bill wasn't able to come over here. So you see what kind of atmosphere it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a biased atmosphere,
So
and
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Well, it's a biased atmosphere, and I think Cambosos don't have to do much to win this fight. I think he already has his country, you know what I'm saying, on his back. I think that if he looked decent in the fight, they're gonna give it to him. It ain't got nothing to do with, what I'm saying, him actually beating Devin. It's just if he can get some good licks in there, if he can possibly knock Devin down, Devin's gonna take the majority of the rounds. We already know this. You know what I'm saying? Devin rarely loses a round. So he's gonna go in there, he's gonna tap him up. But if George Kambosos can somehow, you know what I'm saying, connect with some power, you know what I'm saying, get some good power shots, and they can say George Kambosos landed the harder, more effective shots. They can say something like that. And I just think it's gonna be a lot of home cooking, you know what I'm saying, involved here to protect Kambosos, to protect those belts from having a black undisputed, another black. You got Jamel Charlo, you got Errol Spence on the verge, and now you got this dude here, and possibly Steven at 130. They got to stop this madness, man. This is getting out of control.
122,
So,
122. But listen. This is the thing. Stephen Fulton,
hmm
120. But this is the thing about all of it. I'm okay with everything you just said.
hmm
Reason being is because of this. Cambosis, for him to win this fight, he has to be a front foot fighter, right?
Oh, I get it.
when we look at Kambosos' style of boxing, and I give him credit, he's a boxer. Kambosos is a boxer, bro. He's more of a boxer than a brawler. He's more of a boxer than anything else. He can definitely counterpunch. The problem is that the length and the range that Dev is gonna fight from, especially using the jab, is gonna make the fight really difficult. And outside of coming forward and trying to make it an inside fight, Cambosis is in trouble. The problem is I look at Jojo Diaz and Linares. Both of them are better inside fighters than Cambosis is, and they didn't have a chance to even try to make it an inside fight because they was getting their ass whooped so bad. Man, Cambosis finna get the shit. He finna get the shit beat out of him, bro. It is what it is, man. And like I say, Paul, if for some reason Dev lose this fight, I'm jumping on your panel, and I don't know what I'm jumping on to take the heat, bro. Because at this current moment in time, bro, like I just, regardless of who's in the corner, man, damn all of that. At the end of the day, whoever in your corner, they can't fight for you. You got to fight. It's Cambosis and it's Haney in the ring. And the skill set is just so different, and there's a huge gap in the skill set that if Devin Haney don't win the fight, hey, it's on him. It's on, and I'm one of the people who, even though I disagree with the contract, I disagree with a lot of shit Dev had to do to make this fight happen. I'm also the guy to say no excuses. I don't want no excuses. Once the fight is made, whether if you in Australia, you ain't got your father with you, whatever tribulations come, we are built and born to overcome. That's what we're here for. We're here to overcome adversity. I look for Devin Haney to overcome adversity and to be a true champion, and to after and I ain't got a pound for pound list right now, but after he wins, I'm putting my pound for pound list out, and Devin Haney will be on that pound for pound list. I'm just letting you know now.
Well, it's definitely going to add a lot of drama to the fight. You know what I'm saying? All adversity. If he beats all this, you know what I'm saying, having to fight Kambosos twice, and then having another fight that he got to, probably be Loma. I don't, do you think that if, okay, let's say he beat Kambosos twice, right? Do you think Lomachenko would take that fight, that last fight that he got with Top Rank? You know what I'm saying?
So, in my opinion, I think Loma would want that fight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Top Rank is looking to put that fight on. So when I, and this is me looking at the sport of boxing, I can give you an answer as far as the fan goes. Whenever I look at the sport of boxing, I try my best to look at the suits. The reason I want to look at them is because that's where shit happens at. You know what I'm saying? And so if Dev win the fight, I think they'll look to match Dev with a Shakur Stevenson. Depending on what Tank does as far as promotional brands go, they're not looking to match Dev with Lomachenko, because the same way me and you both know that Dev gonna beat the shit out of Lomachenko, we know that.
Right.
They're looking to preserve Lomachenko because he does sell tickets and they can make money off of him. And so
he sell tickets.
when we got to be relevant when we say sell tickets. We got to be relevant. We got to
do.
We got to be relevant. And when I say when I'm being relevant about it, Ryan Garcia, I believe his last fight against what's my boy name? Tago to go.
Yeah, Tago.
He sold 14,000 as far as in the building. You know what I'm saying? 14,000. And I think that what they're looking to do, because at the end of the day, these guys they looking to make money, man. They looking to make money. Which in any business I'm dealing in, I'm looking to make money. The problem is that the it's just not that exciting. The sport has lost its vigor.
Right.
If if this was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, Mike Tyson making 20 million, you know, it, the
Right. Big
sport
money.
was alive. It was alive back then. It's
Hmm.
alive. The sport is alive on pool counter, on blue blood, on tell me if I name a channel you disagree with. So I don't want to, but
No, no,
but
ain't none of them. I like all those channels. I'm subscribed to all of them.
yeah, but the sport is alive on pool counter, blue blood, H Money, YB, Fred, boxing conversations. This
Hmm.
is where the sport is alive at right now. And what even though it's alive here, I can get on here and I can spit boxing knowledge all day, and I can talk to Paul. And the great thing is I appreciate you allowing me on. And you got
Oh, no,
great
no.
knowledge, bro. You got great boxing knowledge. The problem is the knowledge that me and you talking about. We can argue boxing all day,
Oh yeah.
but the casual fan is the fan that man, that's the fan that we got to figure out a way to ingratiate with the sport, if that makes sense. Because
No, I know what you're saying. They
and,
not
and,
into it like that.
right, like me and you love it, and we can argue with each other about whatever. That's because we love the sport. The average person don't love the sport. I go to family reunions, bro. I'm in there and I talk football. I'm a Cowboys fan. I talk basketball. I talk all sports. The sport
Hmm.
I want to talk about is boxing, though. That's what I want to talk about. And
Hmm.
after I get done talking with my uncles, my aunts about the Cowboys, the Hawks, after I get done talking about it, I bring up boxing. Nobody has anything to say.
Hmm.
The reason being is because I hate to say it this way, but it's a niche sport, bro. Like we're literally in a different niche,
Right.
and we can rock with each other because we understand what we're talking about. But when we go outside of our comfort zones, most people don't have a clue what we're talking about. It is what
Right.
it is.
Yeah. The most I say that when I talk to most brothers, they be like the last fight I saw was Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Or, what I'm saying? It'd be like a fight that was years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Like, bro, that happened 3 years ago, bro. What are you? We just had we had great fights this week, bro. Like, man,
Right. They don't be even my nephew, he don't be up on it. You know what I'm saying? Saying? So it's PJ Haki Master. And he says Cambosos need to land clean, hard shot, stay behind the jab. Cam got nice jab, and that's alone would not win the fight. However, the fight is in his backyard. That's what I'm saying. And I just hope they don't cheat him. And he says Shakur gets that fight. That's an interesting thought right there. I could see Shakur trying to get that undisputed status off of Devin Haney. That would be a hell of a fight. And Ricardo Johnson, welcome to the channel. Back to the channel. He says because black fighters are not promoted, and you know that's interesting, man. Because I guess because we in the sport, we look at it a little different. You know, what I'm saying 'cause we see how great what I'm saying these fighters are like Shakur, and we see the upcoming fighters, and we think they're gonna be superstars, but that's not the case because you know a promoter like Top Rank, he don't seem to want to like make another star, like Mayweather. He soon as you blow up, what I'm saying, that's when he's trying to get rid of you. After a couple of good fights. And like you said, what I'm saying, the black fighters are not getting the promotion that they actually need to become superstars. And I think that's by design. Tell you the truth, I don't think they want another fighter on a powerful level, like bigger than the belts, like a Canelo, or bigger than the belts than bigger than the belts. Oh, you clicked off right side. Um, I don't think they want another fighter bigger than the belts like that. Um, you know, but I'm saying that this fight with Devin Haney is gonna he's gonna make boxing history. I think he's gonna go over there. I think he's gonna school Cambosos. I think Cambosos gonna fight his heart out. You know what I'm saying? I think he's I don't see Devin stopping him or nothing like that. But I do see a good fight. I do see Devin winning the majority of the rounds. You know what I'm saying? I could see Cambosos maybe winning maybe 3 or 4, you know what I'm saying, rounds. You know what I'm saying? He's going full tilt. You know what I'm saying? He likes to, you know what I'm saying, come forward. He likes to jab. He's real quick. So, he's gonna have some success, you know what I'm saying, in the fight, but I don't see him beating a young, fast, agile fighter like Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna leave it right here, y'all. I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta get up and pick up a load early. I'm saying I'm just glad I was able to come home and saying, talk a little boxing. Let me see. Oh, right side, he come back. You there, right side? I think you're on mute, bro.
My bad, my bad. Nah. I don't. Hey, Paul, you getting off, bro? Hey,
Yeah,
I just want to say, man, much love to you, brother, man. Like, appreciate everything you doing and the way you conducting yourself, your channel. Appreciate it, bro. Like, much love to you, and man, y'all lock in with the brother, man. Lock in with him
yes,
because
sir.
Pull. He doing it the right way, man. He doing it the right way, and much love to you, Pull Counter.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody for coming through. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pick up my live streams, and you know what I'm saying? Just tell people about me, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Come on in and we'll talk this boxing, you know what I'm saying? Whatever going on, you know what I'm saying? We'll talk about it right here, you know what I mean? But that's
Hey,
all. Like, go ahead. What
hey,
you
Pull. Last thing, man. Tomorrow, right? I'm
say?
on your neck, man. I'm on your neck. Guess why I'm on?
Hmm.
Guess why I'm on your neck, bro? Guess why I'm on your neck?
Why?
Cause you got that good boxing talk, bro. I gotta be tough on those individuals who got that good boxing talk. I,
Hey,
I
bring it.
love, I love and support everything you're doing, brother. Much love to you.
All right, I appreciate it. Hey, I appreciate boxing fans because we're a unique group. You know what I'm saying? We're going to buy all the fights. We're going to see the fights. We're going to follow the information. And there ain't a lot of people like that in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So, we boxing fanatics. You know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of a fetish. You know what I'm saying? So here we
hey,
are.
it is what it is. We love it.
Mm,
We love it.
mm. But that's all I got, y'all. This has been Pool Counter Boxing. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? At same time, same place. You know what I'm
Much love,
saying?
brother. Much love, brother.
All right, my brothers. Peace.